always love hip-hop. Keep it flowing like a river, so I drip drop. Verses and bars, we eating dinner with the stars. Excuse me while I float away, my brain is on Mars. Cause it's the Big Kids Podcast with Chris Williams. Sit back, relax, like your spliff, we in the building.
Yo, this is C. Willie, and yeah, man, that was a disappointing one. that really was a disappointing one. You know, I knew that coming into the second half that the Chiefs were going to come down and score. Now, I wanted the Eagles to be able to at least home to a field goal. But I could see exactly what was going on with our defense from the very first snap of the game. Defensive snap of the game. Now, for people who may not know, and you're just out there watching football and you think that these fucking guys are just running around, that's not the case. There's a science to what's going on out there, and we definitely didn't have the recipe tonight. We didn't, and in all honesty, Jalen fumbling that ball hurt. That hurt a lot. But that's the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Things like that happen in the Super Bowl. It's who are the teams that can capitalize off of that win the game. Now, the Chiefs capitalized. They returned it for a touchdown. But the real ball breaker was our defensive play calling the entire game, because it's not like the Chiefs even had the ball for that long. I don't even know what the final time was, but they did not have the ball for that long. But when they had the ball, I don't know what the percentage is, but we're very close to 100%, like very, very, very close to 100% man coverage the whole entire game. The whole entire game, we ran man coverage. Guys, I don't know. I grew up in a 3-4 defense. I shouldn't say I grew up. I played in a 3-4 defense in college. 4 years in a 3-4 defense. A zone 3-4 defense. We very rarely ran man coverage. We ran man coverage in certain situations, but we were a zone team. And when people hear zone isn't just you drop into your fucking zone and hope something comes your way. That's not how zone coverage works. There's a man aspect to zone coverage. So those two touchdowns where they brought the man in motion to see if they were in man coverage and then fucking bolted back out towards the sideline and the cornerbacks were still running across the fucking field, that would never happen if you're running zone. And the reason it wouldn't happen if you're running zone, because in a zone in a zone defense, when somebody starts to move across formation, it gets passed on down the line. The next person in the zone is responsible. Then the next person's responsible. And then the next person's responsible until they get to where they're going to. So if you were running any type of zone, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was a cover 3, a cover 4, cover 0. You know, it doesn't matter what type of zone you are running. There would never be a reason for a corner to run across the field. Now, when you start to get down towards the goal line inside of the red zone, yards are very hard to come by. So when yards are hard to come by, what do teams do? And what do teams, especially the Kansas City Chiefs, do? They bunch up. And guys, this is true for pretty much any level of football. When there is a tight bunch, some sort of tight bunch, it might not be a perfect tight bunch, but you could classify and we could generalize a tight bunch. When there is a tight bunch, somebody is going vertical, somebody is going out, somebody is going in. That is like 98% of the time how the fuck that works. Now, you might get people that are crossing, trying to get people to run into each other, and for lack of a better fucking word, they're setting picks, but a lot of that can be worked around when you're running zone. Because somebody's responsible for the flat, somebody's responsible for the vertical, somebody's responsible for the inside route. Every time. And I'm watching the game and I'm like, are you ever going to call anything zone? Anything. Are we ever going to call anything fucking zone? We continued to line up in man coverage. And we got fucking torched. And it's not like we got torched in the sense of Patrick Mahomes threw for 400 fucking yards. No. But when he was on the field, he was very productive. He was very fucking productive. And he was especially productive when it came to third down. He ran for a couple third downs. Why can he run for 15 yards on 3rd and 5? Why? Because everybody's in man fucking coverage. Everybody is accounted for everybody else. There is nobody there. It's defensive linemen. If he could get past them, he's going to fucking get a nice chunk of fucking yards. And that's what continuously happened. Drive after drive in the second half. And then, again, guys, I think there's a teeny tiny bit of Patrick Mahomes' dick riding. I'm very confident in saying that. He shouldn't have been the MVP of the game. He shouldn't have. There is no way in the world Patrick Mahomes should have been MVP, not even fucking close. And if I was Nick Bolton, like, yeah, cool, we won the Super Bowl, but that's bullshit. Number 32 on Kansas City was an absolute fucking stud. Absolute fucking stud tonight. They only got him down for 9 tackles. There's no fucking way. There's no way in the world that motherfucker was only in on 9 tackles the whole game. No way. No way. And he's the one that scooped and scored when Jalen just kind of dropped the fucking ball. He is the reason why they won that game. Like, yeah, Patrick Mahomes, yeah, whatever, motherfucker. Nick Bolton, number 32 on Kansas City, is the reason why they won that game. That man is a fucking stud. And I said it coming into this year that I liked him. I'm always a fan of the shorter linebackers. The 5'10", 5'11" dudes. I'm always a fucking fan of them. But he played his fucking ass off again from the first snap. He fucked Miles Sanders up on the first snap. He was flying everywhere. I thought the dude had 20 tackles. I thought the dude had 20 fucking tackles. He played his fucking balls off. So, again, I like to call balls and strikes on this fucking podcast. That holding penalty at the end of the game. Listen, I'm a fan of, if that's how you're calling the game, that's how you're calling the game. If throughout the game that's how we were calling that, okay, whatever, let it fucking be. That's not how they were calling the game. That's not the first time someone's jersey got tugged on either side. It's not the first fucking time during the game someone's jersey got tugged. And especially in the situation that the game was in at that point. And granted, guys, it was a penalty. If you want to fucking be ticky-tacky and call it, it technically was a fucking penalty. I'm not going to argue, oh, that's bullshit. They shouldn't have, that wasn't a penalty. It was a fucking penalty. Was it ticky-tack? Yes. But technically, it was a fucking penalty. But given the circumstances, I just believe you probably shouldn't fucking call that. You let that one fucking go because they're going to line up. They're going to have to kick a fucking field goal anyway instead of just running the fucking clock out. They could have kicked the field goal. We would have got the ball back with fucking a minute and 40 seconds, and we could have got a fucking field goal too, So, just personally, especially at that level, at that stage, when you've let the game go the way that the game has went, I think you just fucking let it be. But again, for fucking being fair, for calling balls and strikes, it was a fucking penalty. I know Eagles fans are mad. It was a fucking penalty. But again, what were we fucking playing? What defense were we playing? We were playing man. We were playing fucking man. James Bradbury was out of position because he thought Juju was fucking dipping across the field, and he wasn't, and we were playing fucking man. What's the defensive coordinator? Jonathan Gannon? Bro, that head coaching shit, no. You need to come back to Philly and you need to fucking redeem yourself. Because I don't put that on the players. I don't. I truly fucking don't. Because for the most part, we tackled well. We could have tackled better. We've definitely had games where we tackled better. But motherfuckers weren't taking 5-yard plays and turning it into 25. You know? They would catch the ball and get fucking tackled. I put that on the defensive scheme. I put that on the defensive coordinator. That's the type of shit, honestly, man. You know, this might be the Philly fan coming out with me, but that's the type of shit you get fired for, bro. Just saying. Just saying. In the world of professional football, that type of shit right there, come on. You can... Bro, I don't understand. I don't get it. Big play Slay. Honestly, bro, like on that Kadarius Toney touchdown, I get we should have been in zone, but what the fuck, man? Your ass is still running. You're running from Arizona back to Philly still. That dude was wide the fuck open. I'm not mad, you know, because I am mad, but I'm not overly mad. I'll say I'm not like over the fucking edge mad, but it's just, dude, we should have won that game. We could have won that fucking game, man. And I'm not putting it on no fucking refs for why we didn't win it. It's sure as hell not Jalen Hurts' fault why we didn't fucking win that game. You know, even though he did fuck up, he fucked up. That was a big fuck up. That was, you know, when it's all said and done, that's how they won the fucking game. But if we could have made one stop, we needed one stop on defense in the second half. Just one. None of that would have mattered. We had enough points to win the fucking game when that happened. Still, even after they scored, we were winning. So yeah, Jalen, but he came back and he did his fucking thing. That man, listen. I truly still think Carson Wentz will have a good couple years in the NFL. I do. I think I've seen enough of him at his best to know what he's capable of. And I've seen him at his worst, which can be bad, but it's not as bad as people try to make it seem. But I was completely wrong about Jalen Hurts. I was completely fucking wrong about Jalen Hurts. He's a fucking dog. A fucking dog. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Going into the 2023-2024 season, Jalen Hurts is the second best quarterback in the NFL. Not Joe Burrow. Not fucking Hubert, whatever the fuck his name is, out in LA. Not Lamar Jackson, not Deshaun Watson. Not fucking Aaron Rodgers. Justin Herbert. There we go. So worked up. I can't remember his name from LA. Jalen Hurts is the number 2 guy. And I think it's very close. I think it's the only reason I'm giving Patrick Mahomes the edge is because his team. That's how his team won the game. Jalen Hurts is a fucking dog, and motherfuckers better hope he's not getting better. I don't want to hear about Josh Allen and this and that. No, I'm going into the season. I'm not saying he's going to have the best season. He's going to be MVP. But going into the season, the way people talk about him needs to be whenever you mention Patrick Mahomes, you need to mention this fucking man. Plain and simple. Plain and fucking simple. And you guys know I've been critical. I'm critical of Philadelphia. I don't come on here. I don't make fucking excuses for them. They get tough love. I was brought up as if you love somebody, you tell them what the fuck the truth is. You tell them when their shit stinks. You don't keep that to yourself. So when the Eagles fucking stink, I'd say it. Do I overreact sometimes? Abso-fucking-lutely. Have I tried to be better at it over the last couple years? Yes. But Jonathan Gannon, I think you owe us. You personally, you owe us one. You owe us one. Not fucking any specific fucking player. You owe us one. I don't know how you manifest that. I don't know how you pay us back, but you owe us one. That's where I'm putting the blame. I'm not putting the blame on James Bradbury. I'm not putting the blame on the refs. I'm putting the blame on you. You owe us. This isn't Nick Sirianni's fault, other than maybe he should have kicked you in your ass. And it sure as hell isn't Jalen Hurts' fault. For as many times as we asked that fucking man to take the game in his hands tonight with no help really, outside of some fucking marvelous catches. But I'm talking about in terms of defense, without any fucking help. That man turned the ball over one time and it hurt. It fucking hurt. But that is not the reason we lost the game. We were still up when that happened. We had enough points to win that game when that happened. Anybody, I guarantee you, I fucking guarantee you, Coach Mark McDonough would have seen what the fuck was going on with Kansas City and been able to make an adjustment. I do not understand why you were so set on doing things that way. Do you guys just, you were like, fuck it, we're just not gonna run. Even we could just ran a basic fucking cover 2. We would just ran a basic fucking cover 2. I don't. It sucks when you know what the fuck's going on. It sucks when you have an idea of what the fuck you're looking at, and you're like, wow, like there's times where players are put in positions and they don't make the play, and the coach gets blamed for that. But then there's times where a coach is not calling the right defense at all for what the fuck is going on, and it's the coach's fault why things aren't working out the way that they need to work out. It honestly just reminded me, and this is kind of a completely different fucking, situation, circumstance, but it was shades of like mid 2000s, like 2005, 2010 NFL, where everybody was so dead set on running prevent defense when they were up by fucking 2 points, 4 points, 6 points with 50 seconds left. Everybody in the mid 2000s was so dead set on we're just running prevent. We're just running prevent. Instead of running the defense that you motherfuckers been running the whole entire game that got you here, we're just going to run prevent so they can't throw anything over the top. And every single time, the offense would get in position to fucking score. And a lot of the time, they would score and win the game. But this is just, like, you were just so dead set on, fuck that, we're running man. Okay, and say you want to run man. Okay, again, not a fucking fan of man coverage. Just not because it creates mismatches. This isn't fucking 1992 where the route tree was like 6 fucking routes, 7 routes. Motherfuckers are out there doing NFL street type shit, acting like they're playing basketball and shit. So that man coverage shit, again, situational football, you run man coverage. But to continue to say, nah, fuck that, we're just going to run man coverage, even though these motherfuckers are crisscrossing, in and out, and zigzagging. Dude, fucking, that's what I'm telling you. Guys, again, completely different level of fucking football. But when I was in school, I didn't give a fuck about who was running where. When we were playing the best teams in the fucking country, I didn't give a fuck about none of that motion shit. Go ahead, run around, do whatever. I know where the fuck I'm supposed to be. And if I have to carry the route, because that's the big thing in zone coverage, you carry the route. So it's not like you just get the fucking float. What do we used to call that? The universal high school hook drop? You just looking around, acting like you're doing something. That's not how zone coverage works. You would carry things. You would communicate. If you're supposed to be a curl flat player and you got a person cross your fucking face, you know what I'm saying? No, have a good one. No, you carry him a little bit and you keep your eyes where the fuck they're supposed to be so you can get out there. So that whole zigzag shit that they were doing, that would have been dead. That would have been dead in the fucking water. Guys, I know I'm sounding like a fucking broken record, but it's the truth. It's the fucking truth. Man, that was heartbreaking. That was disappointing. I had to take a fucking shower after. I was sitting down here, fucking armpits sweating, swamp nuts. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. And it's probably good that I watched it by myself, because I was fucking stressed from start to finish. I've been saying all week I wasn't going to be stressed. I've been saying all week, whatever. But as soon as the fucking game was about to start, I felt all the anxiety that I felt when I was fucking 10, 11 years old watching fucking Donovan McNabb. Like, when I took that shit to heart, that's how I felt. And then when the game was over and I knew they were going to lose, again, I had to remind myself I'm 30 years old and not fucking 12, because I wanted to get real fucking mad. I wanted to get real fucking pissed off, but I'm like, yo, it's a game. It's a fucking game. It was a good game. And honestly, I don't know. I think to me, it's always been about competing. You know, it's always been about. Yes, of course you want to win. You want to fucking win at everything. But I think I wanted to compete more than I wanted to win. I truly believe that I wanted to compete more than. Yeah, I think if you're a great competitor, winning, naturally, there's a correlation there, But I always wanted to fucking compete. And that's what we did. We competed. We tried. We were in there. We had a chance. We just fucking... They made the Super Bowl plays and we didn't. They got the fumble return for a touchdown. They got the 60-something yard punt return. We didn't get anything like that. We didn't get any extra. Whether it's deserved or not deserved, or that was some bullshit, they got it and we didn't. It was kind of like that back when the Ravens went on their Super Bowl run, and fucking Joe Flacco just threw that bomb up there that probably should have been intercepted, but the dude mistimed it, and Jacoby Jones scored a long ass touchdown at the end of the game. And okay, that shit probably shouldn't have happened, but it happened, and that's what wins team Super Bowls. Shit that shouldn't happen that happens is what wins team Super Bowls. Jalen Hurts shouldn't have just completely dropped that ball. It happened. The punter punted a fucking shitty ass ball. Shouldn't have happened. But all I know is going into next season, I don't want to hear. If you're talking about the best quarterback in the league, you better put some respect on Jalen's fucking name. It better not be Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. Because honestly, the difference between somebody like a Cam Newton when he made the Super Bowl, and they're like, oh, he'll be back. Jalen knows what it's like to be put out, to be not wanted. I said it last week. There's a good chance Jalen doesn't fucking finish his career as an Eagle. I still stand by that. But that man, there's something about him. And until I see otherwise, that calm customer, that ice in his veins type of shit, that's what makes him who he is. Now, like I said on the podcast the other week, there might come a time where the Eagles aren't as good as they are, and they're going to be, why isn't Jalen Hurts being more vocal? Why isn't he? But for right now, they thrive off of that shit. They thrive off of the ice in his veins, and I don't know if that man gets fucking nervous. I really don't. And I bet you Kansas City is happy that Jalen Hurts didn't get to touch that ball one last time. So again, guys, I'm a big believer in you need to, to be put in that conversation with the best of the best. You don't gotta win 5 Super Bowls. You don't gotta win 7 Super Bowls. You gotta win that one. You gotta at least win that fucking one. And I'm a believer that Jalen could do it. I'm a believer that Howie Roseman, I'm not going to question. I'm going to give him some time. I'm going to let Howie move the way that Howie needs to move. I'm going to let him do that. He thinks we need to draft this. Who the fuck am I to question? He gets it done. If he could find a way to bring this team back for the most part, and again, that's probably going to cost a lot of fucking money. And hopefully Jeffrey Lurie's up to pay out these huge fucking bonuses so we can have some cap space and bring some motherfuckers in. Hopefully we're still up for that. Because if they can, it's not like we can't beat the fucking Kansas City Chiefs. We can't beat them. Our defensive play calling, in my opinion, needs to tighten the fuck up. Jonathan Gannon needs to go talk. I don't know who the fuck he needs to talk to. I don't know. I don't know who he's fucking tight with, but we need to get away from this man shit. It is 2023. The route tree is fucking insane. You cannot run man coverage all the time against this shit. So we need to figure it out. I think Jalen Hurts is if Patrick Mahomes is QB1A, Jalen Hurts is QB1B. And I think he was a couple minutes away from being the top nigga in the league. Straight the fuck up. Straight the fuck up. The only reason I'm putting Mahomes over him right now is because he got his team got it done tonight. Andy Reid got it done tonight. And all I'm saying is going into next year, Jalen's a fucking dog and he needs to be treated as such. All right, guys, I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably still do a podcast this week. Things might get a little fucking busy for me, but I definitely wanted to make sure I at least got this out. I appreciate you guys. We've went up in subscribers. Fucking, I think we added like 70 or 80 subscribers this month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's fucking huge for my channel. We did over 44,000 views, most of which being the shorts, but I appreciate it, I really do fucking appreciate it. I appreciate the engagement. I appreciate the likes, the comments, all that other stuff. I am working on a giveaway. I did not forget about you guys. Just, that's one of them things that I got to be in the fucking right headspace. I already got a bunch of cards set aside that I want to give out to you guys. And we'll figure out how we're going to do this as we go forward. But guys, thank you for letting me rant to you, and I want you guys to be safe, be easy, and wash your ass. I'm out of here. Peace.